Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Grandma Teresa's Story Time. As you can see, Grandma is getting ready for bed. So, what a better way to fall asleep than to read a bedtime story. So, if you're in your PJs and you would like to cuddle up, I will read you a bedtime story or two. Let's get started. Today I'm reading My Amazing Treasury of 110 5-minute bedtime stories, written by Nicola Baxter, illustrated by Jenny Press. So I'll be reading from time to time from this big book. Our first story, Bedtime for Little Bears. All little bears love to snuggle down in their beds at night and go to sleep. When their little heads are on their pillows, they dream of honey and cake and teddy bear games. But before they go to bed, little bears must have their baths, and some little bears just do not like to get their ears wet. Once there was a little bear called Barney who really hated his bath. His father tried everything to make bath time fun. He bought a huge boat for Barney to play with, but Barney complained that there was no room in the tub for him. So Barney's father bought a bottle of the biggest bubbles you have ever seen. In fact, it was fairly difficult to see that little bear at all. The bubbles floated and sparkled and burst with a pop. But Barney said that they tickled his nose, so they had to go. 3 yellow ducks, a water wheel, and some stuff to turn the water purple didn't work either. One day, Barney went for a walk with his granny. As they walked, it started to rain. Luckily, Barney was wearing his boots and Granny was carrying her umbrella. But right away, Barney started to complain. "I don't like getting wet," he whined. "It gets in my ears and in my eyes and in my nose, and it's horrible." "Well, Barney, I am surprised," said Granny, "that you would want to give up all that good luck." "Good luck?" asked Barney. "What do you mean?" "I thought all little bears knew about it," Granny replied. "Didn't you know that every drop of water that touches you is a little bit of good luck that will follow you all your life? I always try to get as wet as possible." And Granny threw away her umbrella and started to splash in the puddles. Do you like splashing in puddles when it rains? The next night at bath time, Barney's father was surprised to find that Barney jumped right into the tub with no fuss at all. In fact, it was difficult to get him out and snuggle him down in his little bed. And I have heard that nowadays Barney is the luckiest little bear you have ever met, and the cleanest. I hope you enjoyed that story. This one's titled Big Bears, Little Bears. One afternoon, Barney and his friend Cleo were playing in the park when some bigger bears came along. "We want to play on the swings, biggy bears," they said rudely. "Get lost." Barney was not a very brave little bear, but he didn't want to look silly in front of Cleo, so he spoke up loudly. "We were here first," he said, "but we could go on the merry-go-round instead if you like. We've been on the swings for a while now." But as soon as Barney and Cleo were whizzing around on the merry-go-round, the bigger bears came along and wanted to play on that too. They weren't nice about it. Cleo didn't want any trouble. "Let's go and play with our kite, Barney," she said. "They can have the swings and the merry-go-round and everything to themselves." Barney agreed at once. Soon the little bears were playing happily. It was a windy day that was perfect for kite flying. But before long, the big bears began to run around playing ball. The park was plenty big enough for everyone, but they insisted on running close to the little bears. Barney was afraid that one of them would get tangled up in the kite string, or worse still, bump into him, so that he let go and his kite went flying off by itself. Just then, there was a huge gust of wind, and things happened at once. The big bear's ball blew under the merry-go-round, and the little bear's kite flew into a tree. Now, neither the little bears nor the big bears could play. Barney was ready to start for home, but Cleo, who was a very clever little bear, had an idea. "You big bears are tall enough to reach our kite," she said, "and we are small enough to crawl under the merry-go-round and get your ball. What do you think?" The big bears shuffled their feet and looked ashamed. "We're sorry we teased you," they said. "It's a very good idea." So the little bears crawled and the big bears stretched, and everyone played happily together for the rest of the afternoon. Oh, wasn't that a good story, boys and girls? Very happy ending, wasn't it? Oh, well, I guess it's that time to go to bed. So, until next time, boys and girls, stay safe. Bye now.